Yes, today we're going to graph a sine function. This will be the absolute value of a sine function. The function f of x is equal to 3 times the absolute value of sine times x minus pi over 3, absolute value plus 1. So it's the absolute value, what we're looking for. Okay, so the first thing we need to look is at this is our graph. This graph right here, this graph here, equal to y is equal to sine of x. That's the standard, right? It has a period of 2 pi. It has the 0 as a 0. It has a 0 at pi. And it has a 0 at 2 pi. So what we need to see the argument, this argument in here. In here. And what we're gonna do is, first let's find our period. Okay, our period is equal to 2 pi over b, where b is the coefficient in front of x. We have 1, so 2 pi divided by 1, this will be equal to 2 pi. Our amplitude is 3, our shift is 1 up, and our translation, horizontal translation, is negative pi over 3, which is going to be pi over 3. We just write the argument that says that x minus pi over 3 is equal to 0. So that means that x is equal to pi over 3. Then we're going to, that's my first 0. That's where I'm going to move my graph to the right, pi over 3. So now I need to find where my other zeros are. Or I have a 0 pi half. I'm going to have a 0 pi half. I'm going to have a 0 pi and a 2 pi. But I have right here in the center pi half, and that'll give you the maximum, pi half, and the minimum will be at 3 pi half. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add, right? We're going to say pi half plus, my period is what? 2 pi, but plus pi over 3, I'm sorry. Pi over 3. And this is going to be 3, 5. This will be 5 pi over 6. This will be 5 pi over 6. This will be my first, my second. I'm going to do my third now, which is going to be a pi plus pi over 3. And this is going to be 5 pi over 3. And I'm going to do my fourth, which will be a 3 pi half plus pi over 3. And this is going to give me 11, right? That's 9, 10, 11 pi over 6. Then I'm going to have my fifth, which is my 0, at 2 pi plus pi over 3, going to be 6, 7 pi over 3. 7 pi over 3. I also know that my amplitude is 3. My graph is supposed to be 3, all the way over here, if I didn't have to shift 1 up, okay? But since I have to shift up, it's going to be all the way to 4. So let me just erase this for a second right here. Right here too. Y here. Right. So I know that my amplitude is going to be a 4. So then I just want to graph this thing. This is how this is going to be, okay? It's going to look like this. It's going to have right here a pi 3. Then it's going to be right here 5 pi over 6. Then over here it's going to be 4 pi over 3. Then right here it's going to be at 11 pi over 3. Then it's going to be here 7 pi over 3. I'm just getting all my values from over here, okay? my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All my values right here. All of these values right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. Now, my graph is supposed to go all the way to here, okay, to 3. And all the way to -3 right here, and -3 right here, to 3 right here. I just want to graph the first step of the graph. And it's going to be 5/6 is going to be over here. 5 pi over 6 is going to be over here. And 11 pi over 3 is going to be down here. So right away I can see that my graph is going to look something like this. Now up like this. Then it's going to go this. And then it's going to go down, down, down all the way to 3. Because the amplitude over here will be -3. And then it's going to go up to here. 2, this will be my zeros right here. That's how the graph would look without shifting it up, okay? But we need to shift this graph up 1. So it's going to be 4 right here. And then this one that is a -3 is going to be now a -2 right here. Okay, and since it was shift 1, let me just put this right here just for reference, because I want to draw on the side the true transformation, the real transformation of the graph. Okay, the absolute value, sine of x minus pi over 3, the absolute, what it's going to do is going to get this graph here. It's going to get this side here, all of this side here. Okay, and it's just going to flip it up to the other side. So instead of being like this, okay, where I have my first zero right here, going to be a pi over 3, then it's going to be 5 pi over 6. Then I have this here, which is going to be 4 pi over 3. Then right here, which is going to be 11 pi over 3. And right here, my other zero, which is going to be 7 pi over 3. And what is it going to do? Let me just draw this for reference right here, so I can get a pretty good idea. And right here too, for reference, let me get this, so I can get a pretty good idea where I need to go. Okay, my graph, it will shift, right? 1 up. So what is going to happen? What is going to happen is, this is going to be my middle, right here. I know that I need to come all the way over here. And I know from here, since I'm flipping this up, it's got to go all the way to over here. So now my graph is just going to be in this form like this. It's going to go up like this. Going to go down this. And then it's just going to go up again like this. And it's going to go down. So if I can fix this out right here. And now what it did is, it's just got the negative side and flipped it and put it in the positive side of the x-axis and the y-axis. So the first thing that I did was to find my period, 2 pi over b, which is 2 pi, because the coefficient in front of the x is just 1. I drew my standard graph of y equals sine of x, found where my zeros were, where my halves were, where my maximums and minimums were, and then I just went ahead and knew that I had to shift this pi over 3. It's negative, but it's going to be pi over 3 positive. I set it to x minus pi over 3 equals 0, so I needed to shift it pi over 3. So I got my maximum, my half, my minimum, and my 2 pi, which is my 0. I got my zeros and my maximums and minimums, and just added pi over 3. Went and graphed it, knew that I had to raise the amplitude by 1, which initially was 3. Now it was going to go to 4, and the one that was 3 here, it was going to go to 2. And I knew that the absolute value of this here was just to flip this parabola here, right, up over the x, reflected over the x-axis as a positive. Remember, the absolute value always gives you the positive value of the number. So if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.